Hi, I'm Lisa Foster, and I'm here today to talk about what is emotional intelligence. It's a question that I get all the time. So let me start by talking a little bit about what emotional intelligence isn't. It isn't about being emotional or reacting. Our emotions are a highly evolved system for assessing our surroundings and responding to them, particularly to threats or to seek rewards, right? We feel changes in our environment before we can even think about them. Our emotions are constantly scanning our surroundings for tiny little clues that we don't process cognitively. A twig snaps, a breath behind a bush, the bird stops singing. All these things help us understand what is going on out there and respond appropriately. So your feelings are telling you something, and this is an evolutionary response. If you're walking in the jungle and you feel the tiger before you see him, you're more likely to survive. It's also an evolutionary advantage that we can feel other people's feelings. When you're walking in the jungle and the guy in front of you gets afraid, you feeling their fear helps you respond even faster. You're farther away from the threat and you are more likely to survive. So these are survival instincts that have served us well for millennia. How does this work in a modern office? Well, we're not in the jungle, but there are plenty of threats. Most of them have to do with not being respected, not being listened to, being treated unfairly, favoritism, unrealistic demands, or being unappreciated. If you pour your heart into something and you're not appreciated or noticed for that, that really hurts, right? So all of these things can trigger a classic fight, flight, or freeze response. We know the ways we fight in an office: backstabbing, undermining, turf wars, territorialism, power struggles. The list goes on and on and on. And we also know the ways that we have a flight response in the office. We come in late to meetings, we leave early, we forget to invite somebody to that meeting, we walk the long way around, all the way to absenteeism and quitting. And then there's the freeze response. We know somebody who comes to the meeting and doesn't say a thing. They are locked down. They're not bringing their best self, their ideas, their expertise, what they have to offer. They're not bringing that to the office. So all of these are distractions in a workplace that keep us from focusing on what we're there to do, getting down to what our mission is. So emotional intelligence is the ability to be aware of our own and other people's feelings and using that information strategically to make better decisions, being aware of them, connecting them to what is happening, and responding not with a reaction, an automatic reaction, but responding in a way that's strategic, where you're thinking about, how do I want to respond? What is the best way to respond to this situation? We're constantly navigating an interior landscape of shifting emotions. The toast is burnt, the sun is shining, the traffic is bad, we get a good parking space, somebody smiles at us in our workplace, somebody is stressed because they've missed a deadline. All of those things, if we can connect how we feel to what's happening, we have a better way to respond. We can think about how we want to respond rather than just reacting. So it's impossible to leave emotions at home or out of a decision. Your emotions actually make you smarter and help you make better decisions. So that's all I have today. If you have questions, I love to hear from you. Reach out to me, and I hope to hear from you soon.